Hello. Marty silent. Oh my gosh. Now I'm nervous. I didn't even know Marty was in this class, to be honest. Um, I'm pretty sure you're not. And Braulio. It's all right. It's all right. Okay, welcome. Did I hit record? It says stop recording, so I'm recording. And it says recording up here. All right, terrible start. Maybe I'll edit this part out. Okay. First and foremost, I want to talk to y'all. Got questions. I got I got questions in my inbox asking, I see the final project assets. What should I do with it? Well, I've explained it a couple times in these lectures. I'm going to do it at the top. So maybe people who skimmed or don't watch the lectures at home will understand. But essentially, I gave you assets. One of your finals is I give every single person here the same assets and the same audio, and you have to put together the scene. Now, here's the fun part about it. Because I don't expect you to make it exactly how I did it. In fact, I really recommend maybe watching the beginning of the last lecture, because we watched the scene, right? We did that last time, Jason? Yeah. We watched the scene. It's a scene from CAPTCHA, my short film that we filmed this semester. And I gave you an element to edit a 1 to 2 minute scene from that film. Okay, so you have every take and you have all the audio. You need to sync it. You need to put it together. Now, here's the fun part. I don't care. Well, I do care. But you're able to edit it in any style you want. So mine is black and white and a film noir, and it's paced that way. You could add farts and make it a comedy. You could change the music and make it a horror film. You could there's a part where the guy punches the other guy, and you could make him just beat him to pulp until he dies. That's the power of editing. You can change the ending of the scene. You could make anything you want, and it doesn't have to be black and white. You can color it for swizzle. Okay, thanks, Braulio. So that's what I expect. That is your final. The assets are there. It's due by the end of class, okay? We have a written final. We have an actual multiple choice final. This is the final project that everybody does, and you need to turn in your project that you've been working on all semester along. So it might be your for drizzle. Yes, Marty, thank you. Good contribution so far. So what does that mean? That means if you've been working on your Twitch stream videos, turn those in. If you're working on your airsoft or not airsoft, it's what's the reenactment, or what would you call it, Kellen?
Oh, like the specific term.
Yeah, what would you call it? If it's a video about a military simulation, turn that in, okay? And I know a lot of you have been working on your projects. That's what I want to see. Also, you still have your green screen projects you haven't turned in. Those are the major things that you're getting graded on, as well as participation. Again, if you aren't coming to class or aren't showing up on Zoom, you need to go and comment on the discussions. So that means watch the Zoom and comment on the Zoom. And here's a hint. Here's a super here. If I was a student, and I've been a student, I am a student this semester, I'm taking a class, this is what I would do. Well, if I want to learn, I would watch the Zoom and take in all the information and then type in my favorite parts. But if I wanted to get credit, if points are that important to me, I would go ahead and watch, I don't know, the first 10 minutes, the middle 10 minutes, and the last 10 minutes. And then maybe I'd make my comments based off of those selections of the Zoom video.
That makes sense.
Okay, you can watch 5 minutes, or you can watch it on double speed, right? Like, why not do that? I mean, I any college course. Here's the thing, and this is my personal belief. College, and especially something like this, which is an elective class. This isn't like a transfer agreement class. Well, you can use it as a transfer, but it is an elective ultimately. You get what you put into it. So if you just want to pass, great. show up, turn in everything and pass, but really you're gonna benefit greatly from interacting with me, asking me questions, sending me your work and talking and all that stuff, being here. So you can see for shizzle and for drizzle, right? Like those are ways to benefit greatly. SpongeBob in the chat. We're just waiting for Morty to show up, right? Michael hasn't shown up yet. All right. We are also in the process. Jason's going to continue his lecture of DaVinci Resolve with special effects today. Should be a fun one. But again, if you message me, I'll respond. But this is just a good, and my response will be check out the first 5 minutes of today's Zoom, which will have all your answers. But if you are confused or have any questions, feel free. Remember, I also used my media encoder and encoded the red files to be much smaller. So it should play on anybody's home PC without the, of course, the problem is the the bit rate's going to be worse. So the quality is not going to be as great, but that's fine. I'm judging your editing abilities. I want to see you edit, that you can color, that you can sync audio. That's what I'm going to be doing. And also, guess what? You could also just make a music video out of the footage I sent, whatever your editing style is. If you're a Twitch streamer, you could like put the footage together and do a Twitch stream of you reacting to it, right? Ah, you know, jump scare. Hmm?
I did edit something, but I decided not to.
Why?
I was only asking because like the whole.
Turn it in.
I
You don't have to share it. You could just say, Tim, I don't want to share it in class. Take a look.
I thought it would be funny, and then I did it, and I realized it was just fucking creepy. Like, never mind.
What was it?
I edited like a montage of you and Shrek.
Please give me that. It sounds amazing. And if it's creepy, even better. If you did it, turn that in, please. Yes.
It's like 15 seconds. It's like
Great. Send me the link now. Did you? Okay, don't ever drop one of my classes. Don't. Yeah. Well, it's too late to drop now for whatever. Okay, let's get Jason up here. I'm gonna turn on DaVinci. DaVinci Resolve. Plug in your hard drive. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. I have it. Oh, geez. Oh, geez, Rick, Morty.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello. You hear me?
Who are you talking to?
Well, I should have done. Are you actually in the class?
Anyone can join my class. You guys could just talk on the Zoom. Like, why not talk on the Zoom?
That's so weird.
We're saying foul stuff, Tim. I don't want to offend you.
Oh yeah, I'm very offended. Yes, okay.
You like my photo?
Yeah.
Somewhat.
All right. Two-time, wait, here we go. Official two-time Gabby award-winning, nope. He's got 3 Gabbies, Braulio.
It was 3?
Well, he had one from the year before.
No, that doesn't count.
It does
That sure
count.
doesn't count. No.
It
I
counts.
wasn't
Gabby's don't carry over.
I was not part of the Gav production season last season.
It counts. That's why like Sophie has the most ever of all time. So she's got like 7. I think that's the most. I don't know. She might have more than that. Butterfield might have more too. That's a great way to have to go count the thing. Here's Cleopatra coming in. What's up? What's up? I'm handing over to Jason. Jason, teach the youth. All right.
I know
This
that
one is a
guy.
funny one.
Okay, now I'm in class.
All right, we're gonna share the screen. We're gonna go into resolve. And there you go.
All right, let's hope that this works. Okay, and it's
energy.
not.
Jason, you should do what your economics teacher or whatever he does do.
Do what?
That one teacher you showed me, the lecture.
Oh, yes, I want to start rambling on.
Just ramble about codex.
Oh, trust me, Jason's about to ramble.
Tell us what a power window is.
Oh, God dang it. All right, well, can't do that because I got a newer version. There goes leaving.
A newer version?
I have the 19. I have 19. It's in beta. This is probably 18.
Can
So-
we download and update it right now?
It's gonna take a while. It's a couple of gigs.
Yeah, the internet speed, bro.
It's gonna take a while.
Okay,
So
well,
I
yeah, what's that?
I could just show it right here. It was the whole my node system that I had for
Your nodes, bro. Go to your nodes. What does that mean indeed? The nodes are a part of DaVinci. That's like you add a node in between. Now we did the color correction last.
yeah,
time.
we'd have to update that to really get that that feature.
Can we update? Can we see?
Yeah. All right. We're gonna update DaVinci. If I could spell it correctly. DaVinci, and I spelled it wrong. 19. Data.
Please, for the love of God.
And we're gonna have to restart the machine because that's gonna be the bigger.
Actually, that's yeah, we would have to do that.
We don't
Okay.
do that. Let's not do that.
All right.
Because we'll lose our Zoom.
Yeah. All right. Let's just go back on. Yeah. Let's go
Well,
back
show
on
us some
this.
special effects.
So what I was.
Like lightning shoot out something?
Oh, we could do that. What I was gonna show is that it was planar tracker, and so we don't have any camera movements in this shot. Okay, so we're gonna have to do, where is that Gib shot? All right, here's the Gib shot.
Gib.
The
Hey,
Gib.
is it GIF or GIF?
The Gibby shot.
I was gonna say that.
Is it GIF or GIF? People at home.
GIF.
GIF.
You'll be
Yeah.
put down in the streets if you say GIF.
Well, don't talk to Geronimo because he.
Geronimo. He says the
Geronimo.
Geronimo.
GIF is peanut butter.
Agreed.
I thought that was a guy's name too. What? I thought that was a guy's name too.
Yep.
Yeah, before the peanut butter.
Tim, your max
You wanna think-
settings.
Yeah. What's wrong?
Jason, I'm still stuck
settings.
tracking too.
What's wrong with the max settings?
So you could hit Control Shift and you could bring up all your effects. It's not happening.
I don't know the hotkeys here, so,
All right, that's not it.
so why don't you,
All right,
go to
let's.
window?
Yeah, let's look at the hotkeys. All right, so let's keyboard and then we'll look at Fusion, no. Fairlight, no. Fusion, import settings, editor. Is that gonna be it? I don't think so. All right. Where did I get it last time? Well, I used Tim's
Oh,
thing.
Oh, you need another one of those things? I don't know. if I
Did you
can
get it,
second-
Braulio?
I think I figured out how to do this thing. I've been stuck ever since you left. I've been stuck on this tracking thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning on showing, but I can't get the dang window up.
Well.
Ye- Yeah, right, Cameron?
Yeah.
enjoying
Yeah,
this
him
meeting?
enjoying.
Yeah.
He loves enjoying things. That's the number one thing Cameron does is enjoy things. All right, I'll go look for an adapter.
It's going great. All right, so let's,
Say anything unfortunate that a lot of people got, okay?
all right. Okay, so we're just gonna pivot for a little bit, and so,
Should do it.
Cameron, what are you interested in looking at for this lecture?
What I'm interested in?
Yeah, what are you interested in learning about?
I was really thinking we should look at how to sync audio. I think that's very
Sync
important.
audio? Okay, well, we were looking at the last lecture. All right, I'll show you.
I mean, I use, so I actually,
All right, so all we're gonna do is that like this is out of sync now. I'm gonna move this ever so slightly. And so this is the proper track. And I'm just going to open up, highlight all these clips right here. And if it would that, and then if I had the right click feature. There it goes. Okay, so it's control. Okay, so and then it will be, where is sync audio?
so you find the button that says sync audio.
Yeah, there's a thing that, yeah. So auto line clips together. Thank you. And then you just, oh, that is normalize. Okay, so we're just gonna right click and waveform, and that's it. Yeah. And so let's go over into right here and fusion. And so I'm gonna want to go down a little bit more down on my timeline because I'm gonna do a planar track where it gives a bunch of polygons, and so it could distort if the image is moving a little bit. So like the trailer, the 72-hour trailer video, where the waves were going, and that's how it was distorting, is that it just stretches your image, your text a little bit. And so now it works. Okay, well, planar yield. So we're just gonna put this in the background right here, and let's see. As perspective. So this is in rotation as like a 3D plane, because this is a 2D object, and so it's going to convert it into in a like a 3D space. Hybrid. And then we're just going to set as this as our frame that we're going to want to look at. And we're just going to go across, and it does not look like it's tracking properly. As you could see, it's rotating in the corners. So that's why you use tracking dots. And it completely distorted now. So that's a bad track. So
We see what it looks like as a bad track.
that's a bad track. As it completely, as you can see, it's completely off the image.
Just saying for people.
Yeah. And I can't find the image now.
What'd you do, man? Zoom out.
I zoomed out too much. That's what happened. And now it's completely off this workspace.
You know, Premiere, I could do the thing. And I could-
Oh, yeah. So what we're going to do is actually, I'm gonna navigate into, let's do this. All right, so let's do what Brawley was just talking about.
Wait, I just realized Kevin said you made a video of me and it came out too creepy. Where'd you get the footage? What does that mean?
I just took screenshots of your face and then.
Oh, okay, good, good, okay. I was like, freaking from my own.
No.
All right, so,
I hate feet, yeah. And it's because I have ugly feet.
I don't get people that want to see.
No,
Yeah.
that's like one of the most common fetishes though, which is.
Yeah, which is weird.
But
That's
whatever.
specific
More-
to America.
More power to you.
No,
No, I don't mean.
like, when you bring like most popular fetishes in America, it's #1.
Yeah.
In other countries, it's not.
I can see that,
There's somewhere.
What about our culture makes us foot obsessed?
I think the only thing that we can't see all the time,
all right, there we go.
we're so used to boobs and stuff and. Show me the ankle.
Crashing your system right now.
Great, crush it.
Yep.
Is Braulio still there?
Yeah, he is.
I mean, is Zoom crashing too?
Yep.
I can still watch. I can still see.
Yeah, I could see the cameras starting to lag right now too. Come on. So what I'm doing is tracking. So it's very common in like TikTok where it just tracks onto the person's face and it
Sure.
moves the image around. That's what I'm trying to do right now.
Why?
To just show
It's a
tracking.
cool effect.
Yeah.
Why would you do a tracking effect? Well, you could track it and then you could have your font pop up. You ever notice when like someone moves their head and the font follows like their eyes perfectly? Like it stays like, you've never seen that before? Great. Or you could also use it to put like a special effect on it,
Mhm.
like, okay, I'm gonna add a third eye on my person. And you need to track their head movement so that your effect will follow. So
Yeah.
it's an automated thing. It is memory intensive. And I forgot that my computer does like, if it crashes, whatever. Cool. No one ever said Da Vinci never crashes, right?
No,
You
it's
did.
I'm having a
You did that.
the Da Vinci does crash, but I had to upgrade my system a lot. Okay, so
Say my system not good. It's a decent laptop.
it's good.
It's the most stock laptop. What?
Oh,
Yeah, fine, Jason.
Jason when he lies.
oh my, it's frozen now. All right, let's. Okay.
Patience is a virtue.
All right. So
Let me tell you this.
yeah,
Y'all don't even know what it's like. I'm a first generation digital editor. You don't even know how many hours I just sat there hoping my system would come back. And eventually, I'm like, spend 4 hours, I think I'm gonna lose, 6 hours worth of work.
all right. So
I had to rebuild. I've had project files corrupt to the point where the autosave is all corrupted.
Mhm.
And basically.
You gotta start all over,
over,
yeah.
Now it's just got to render.
Yeah, well,
Yep. And
I like
this
this
is the real
class.
deal, right?
yeah,
Yeah, you're missing out.
Is the reason that it's taking so long because it's a red file?
partly, but it's because of the system intensive aspect of it. Because well, we had yours just run today and it was at 1080 and it worked fairly fine. But yeah, it's probably because this is a red file.
Yeah, because
Um,
like mine was just like basic footage of a browser screen.
Yeah.
It also could have been, we could have been smarter and restarted the machine because it did not restart and who knows how much of my RAM is allocated to different programs that I.
That's
was
true.
using,
Yeah.
Just like in the background.
You could just see the cam the
Well, yeah,
webcam too.
you can
Yeah.
Well, Zoom is always gonna do that. That's the
Mhm.
problem.
Oh,
Teaching Zoom is it's gonna suck like the little bits of RAM from you, but yeah, if you encounter something like this, I think the biggest thing to note is do a restart.
mhm.
And you don't know. So for me, it's when I work in Premiere and After Effects at the same time.
Yeah.
And Premiere is just like this, very RAM intensive,
Mhm.
so I tend to go ahead and close my Premiere. And I log out, and I'm pretty sure I closed out everything on Photoshop might still be
It's
open. But Jason, here,
Yeah.
go through and
I'll force quit all the programs with the hope that like we
It
can
would be
we can
good.
persist, but really only Photoshop's open. All right, and preview. But let's just do spinning ball of death, right? You don't even know that thing. Well, you don't want to say anything bad about it, but that's your computer thinking. And I used to spend hours upon hours wishing for that ball to go away. So yeah, we're closed on everything. So what's this, Jason, now?
Okay, well, it just started tracking the slate. And that's not what it was supposed to do. So it went at the beginning of the clip and the stuff that I
So
trimmed.
maybe we could have trimmed the clip.
I did. Yeah. So it's getting goofy on me right now. All right, so let's make sure that it is trimmed.
I mean, tracking would be something
Yeah.
as a Twitch stream you could do for your
Mhm.
graphic. Have you played with any of do you play with any of those add-ons where it like makes your eyes always look at the camera? You seen that one?
Yeah.
They have a bot where it can digitally make your eyes look like you're looking into the lens when you read chat. So it looks like you're always looking at the camera lens instead of like, you read like when the people like look to the left or whatever, because they're reading the chat. So you're not looking at engaging in the camera. And they feel like,
That seems kind of weird.
it was a big meta of the day. Just make a clip.
That's what I'm doing.
Just for emphasis. Cause look, how long is that?
Yeah, it's about like about a minute.
Yeah, we didn't need to track all that.
Yeah, now it's 30 seconds. Okay. All right, so we got the track right there, and so let's track his mole,
Oh,
and then his best track, and let's just render.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Not a TikTok guy. I mean, I pay enough attention, but not enough to know what whatever that means.
You know, looks like little girl.
I think so.
Yeah. We found more shapes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What about it? Oh, yes. Yeah. It's that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah. If it would run.
Hey, Marty, how'd the auditions go? Or rehearsal, I guess.
Oh,
Sorry, I was looking for my unmute button. They went well. They went great. Got the blocking all sorted.
Cool.
Everyone
yeah. That
needs
weird
to
tall guy
exercise
just
their.
those lines.
Yeah, that tall guy. Yeah, he needs some work. We might replace him.
Yeah.
Probably be.
Yeah.
People just weren't that.
Talk about me.
People weren't that.
Sorry.
People just weren't that tall back then. They didn't have the nutrients.
Yeah, it would probably be like 5'10".
What's
Anything.
the 1600s? What's the
1692.
60. I wouldn't be 6'4". That's why.
I'll just have you shoot all your shots, all the wide shots like on your knees, and we'll put your shoes on your knees.
Oh, like.
Oh, there we
door?
go, there we go.
door.
Yeah, that's good.
Most armies were made up of like.
The way they did Lord Farquaad on Broadway, like they just had some
Yeah,
actor
exactly.
on their knees, and then the shoes were on their knees.
I don't think, Tim, I don't think this tracking thing is gonna work. I don't know if you could do
Okay, let's try something else.
some basic,
It's not gonna work. We're gonna do a restart. And
yeah.
we'll just encourage Marty and Braulio and Cleopatra to stay on the Zoom. Do you wanna just try that?
It's not,
'Cause I keep recording, and we can take it back.
yeah. Oh, now, yeah, now it's definitely working. That's really dumb. All right, let's,
We're gonna attempt something else.
yeah, I'm not gonna do a depth map now, because it will kill your system. Yeah, so we got a basic camera shake. Let's do that. Yeah, so all it is that just moves your camera up and down. So it just moves the Y and X axis around. So what we're gonna do to make it not clip off the sides is
Yeah,
that
okay,
we're
so
going,
by clip off the sides, what do you mean?
so
That checkerboard that we're seeing around.
yeah.
What does that checkerboard represent?
So that is a transparent background. So if we export it, it's just going to be black.
Because black is our base. But if
Yeah.
we could put a color behind it, we
Yeah,
could put.
we could definitely do something like that.
But I don't want to see any of that,
Yeah.
right?
So what we're gonna do is we're going to do a transform node.
Basically just shows you where your outline of your video is.
Yeah, because it's like moving it around, trying to add that Cloverfield effect, right?
Crop in just ever so slightly.
All right.
And so it's still rotating a lot. And so we're gonna push in a little bit more.
Do like a whole Cloverfield, they just do shit like this now or what?
And so, yep, we could do that too. So we would change this going down a little bit more. And so you could see it's just shaking. And so we could completely cut that off. And so now it's just on the Y axis. There's a little bit of rotation it's showing. So we could just turn that off. Yeah. Well, it's rotating the image, like,
So X and Y.
yeah, so,
Z is a 3D rotation.
Mhm.
We got into the Z
yeah,
area, that would be 3D.
if you're,
So it's kind of.
mhm,
okay.
yeah.
You showed me, I don't.
Okay.
So I can, yeah, so, all right, so let's go into a
Well, let's think of it
3D
this way
plane
first.
right here.
Our images are two-dimensional. When we look at the TV, there's two.
So we got that right there.
2 dimensions. So that means that our X is this way. Well, vertical up and down, horizontal is this way. But in a 3D environment, we have the Z axis, which is not only vertical, horizontal, but also depth. And so what does that mean is look at the white here. So
So,
that's horizontal,
That's depth.
that's depth, see, going back and forth.
yeah,
And you're like, you're just controlling like the stuff around the person or the person itself?
so as this video goes, is that it's a 2D plane. So I could lay this video onto this plane itself. And I could make an environment, a 3D environment around this video specifically. But like if I'll rotate this around the camera, this virtual camera around this video, but it won't affect the video specifically itself. But if you're looking on this right side right here, you could see the X-axis is moving on that top right. And so let's move the Z axis. So it's moving this space. And then the Y axis is your height. And so it's just the Z is just your area and space. That's all it is. Yeah.
But also you could use them all together.
Mhm.
Here's your image. and here's the camera.
Yeah.
And you can make it so that the image bends up or bends this way and rotates this
Mhm.
way, right? So why would we do that? Well, if you're working with an effect and the person like moves their head a certain way, you might want the effect to kind of bend or go, you know,
Mhm.
but say like you're putting a mole right here on the cheek, right? And it's fine if I stay this way the whole time, it's gonna track. But if I bend this way,
Yeah.
you'll want the image to bend a little bit and go like that. So it's all super, super more advanced stuff to think about once you get into compositing, which
Mhm.
is like, if you wanna get work, learn compositing. Those are, when you stay at the end of a Marvel movie and you see 1,000 names,
Yeah.
that's the person spent all day putting
Yeah.
Iron Man's mask on his face, every single frame, right? There's someone
And-
who has to go through and composite it.
It could be hand
The
tracked.
whole Buster scene, you know, in Age of Ultron 2, the whole fights Iron Man and the whole Buster.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That took 8 months to animate.
Okay.
And that's hand tracking. That's not a system doing that. That's a person that's,
Frame by frame, but every single image, so that whole sequence is something like a 7-minute sequence.
Yeah.
So 7
and it wasn't
minutes-
cut too.
Yeah,
There was no cuts. It was just consistent.
oh no, I think there's cuts.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
But I'm just saying that it's not one single scene,
Mhm.
it's multiple shots and multiple angles and.
Yeah. So there's multiple people that's working on that,
Yeah,
that shot.
it's
And
just not one guy.
No.
One person,
no,
um,
you'll start missing details if something doesn't look realistic too. Cause you,
and that,
yeah.
yeah, and that's why, like, when the Marvel movies, they used to rush them out, really quick, right? And they started looking worse, right? Like, there were unfinished graphics. There's even, like, what you saw in the theater, the Ant-Man and Quantumania one, they fixed some stuff before they even released it on Disney Plus because they just couldn't make it in time, right? At that point, they were making 3 or 4 Marvel movies a year.
Yeah.
And the production houses, they're killing these people. They're working 20 hours a day, 7 days a week to like.
Produce one movie,
To make the movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I
But now they've unionized, and I think this is really why we're
They
getting.
did?
This is why,
Like, you think about the
union.
No, it's good.
Any job. I'm pro-union here, and especially because it's workers' rights, you don't wanna like kill yourself, and what's the benefit you get out of it? Is a low paying job, I mean, job's good, but if you have a union, you have to pay dues, but also you have the ability to, you know, get time off, reasonable hours, your union reps will fight for you, so people say, oh, it costs me, but in the long run, it doesn't, it's better for everyone.
I'm just messing around with settings right
Yeah,
now, just
go
showing
for
stuff
it.
right now, not talking.
I can talk more about unions, but this is the editing class, so.
No, that definitely did, like, help a lot, 'cause I didn't even know you could actually do something like that now, like, edit, like, the depth of everything. I didn't know
Yeah,
that was a thing.
there's a lot of controls that you can do. Oh, look, it's. look, you
Noise
can make
map.
it, yeah, add Afroman song to this. Do
The noise map is a lot stronger on this window right here, as you could do
What's the noise map?
noise map. So noise map is the thing to make smoke, or you want to do a heat haze, and so you distort your image a little bit more as it looks like there's a lot of it just disrupts your lines a little bit more. So Marty, this is what we would do for the witch of her casting the spells. We'll just modify it a little bit more. So it'd probably be heat wave, and then so we could just do that.
What are the other options?
I'm sorry.
I saw that there's like mist smoke.
Yeah, so it's
Oh, that's cool.
mist is just like fog. I would probably turn down the amount of dance between this as there's a lot of movement in it, the evolution. So we could just turn down the evolution a little bit more.
A little darker too.
Yeah,
Can you like mask that effect too?
yes, you could,
Because for me, you want it to feel like texture,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And the way it is, it's a uniform overlay, right?
Mhm.
So you could clean it so that maybe it's not, it's intense behind him, but less intense in front of him type of thing, right?
yeah, so we would put a,
Can you use a motion tracker to like build a mask?
I could do that too, yeah.
I was
Uh,
gonna say, can you like have it be only on his skin or something like that, for example? Is that you don't have to do it. Is
you
that like
could
a thing that
def-
DaVinci can do?
That is definitely what you could do. So I would probably pin it to his specific skin color to speed up the process a little bit more. Or the other alternative, it would be masking him and then just isolating it to that layer, moving it around. But yes, you could definitely do that.
Noise.
Yeah, so we got mist. I was just kind of messing around with that, trying to see if I could modify a little bit more smoke. So as this just rotates up on the x-axis, you could change the scale. So if you want it smaller, and then water surface. It's pretty explanatory. River and something going downstream, but yeah, noise map is really helpful because that's how you get things like a rocket ship. You know, if you're compositing something, that's how you get the fire effect to be more grounded. All right, so let's see if there is any other VFX shots that we could show. All right, so a cool thing, I know I just moved over to what's it called, the coloring tab, but you could put image looks as like make it look like a painting. So kind of mess around with that a little bit more abstract, and so we could put it as pencil sketch. I'm thinking about doing this. So like at Juno, at the beginning, they have all the text, the people's names, and they used an effect like this. And I really want to do,
The movie?
yeah,
Yeah.
right at the beginning, where it's just kind of him, or her, yeah, her walking. And so you could just have more shadow in the face, stroke,
That's an interesting movie.
length. Texture amount, just up that a little bit more. And so you could have movement in your image a little bit more, which is really cool. What's up?
Sorry, this reminded me of a commercial I once made, and like the client I did not like,
Mhm.
and as a joke, I literally went through and like every other shot used a different effect in Final Cut. It was cutting on Final Cut 5 or 6 at that
Mhm.
point. And like, it was like extruded edges and it was like style, all these stylized things. that they were
Yeah.
doing. Every shot was different. They freaking loved it. And that's the, like, one of the lessons I learned was like, anytime I thought it was horrible, the clients loved it. Anytime I liked it, they thought it was horrible, so.
You're like.
If you're gonna work, yeah. I mean, that's a big thing I learned at working for corporate, work was I learned, anytime I got invested in like a single shot or invested in a little tiny moment, it's like the kill your darlings approach. where
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Just expect. And so like sometimes too, I learned with clients is some clients just want to make edits, so they feel like they contributed.
Mm,
And so I would, if I had something I really liked, I would intentionally leave something bad in it, so they could be like, oh, you should take that one shot out. Oh, you mean the shot that like breaks the line or like looks really weird? And so they would make that edit and then I would get close to what I thought was good. But here's the problem with that strategy is sometimes they would still cut the thing I liked and then leave the bad thing I left in because they liked it. And I'll be like, oh no. It's funny. It's one of those things you have to learn too, that like, we always need to remember that we watch movies and we watch videos differently than normal people do.
yeah,
We are all film and television students now. That means we see things in a different way.
Yeah.
And not, some people can't even tell certain things, right? Like they can't even verbalize like why they feel something's bad or good. It's just they know it.
this is what I was looking for. All right, here we go. So, yeah. We really want to,
It's like the predator vision almost.
there is that effect that you could do.
Yeah, you're right. Every time I'm like, ever since.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Some class, I used to look at movies.
It's all like drawn.
I don't.
It's like that aha video.
Yep.
I mean, we know more. That's just like anything. You think like doctors when they watch
Oh, like Dr.
Grey's
Phil.
Anatomy or
Yeah.
something, they're
Like,
just like,
that's so
what are you
wrong.
talking about? You can't do it like this or whatever.
Yeah, that's funny because my mom, she's like what's it called? Like a special investigator or something like that, what she used to do for like kids. So like every time she watched, like my dad would watch like Law and Order, she'd be like so irritated.
Well,
Like,
that's not. And the thing that would drive me crazy, my wife was a big fan of CSI.
Oh,
And there was a part where they'd always like go into the surveillance video and then enhance it. And I'm like, this is-
Oh, yeah.
They like zoom in, like, it's already a security camera, but then they zoom in to somewhere where there's like no pixels left, like they go. And then one time they even rotate the image and it was like a perfect like 3D model. I'm like, this doesn't exist, like you can't do this. And it's like, yeah, but in the CSI world, they can't.
Yeah.
That's how they caught the guy. They were able to see somehow the camera recorded what was behind
Dude, kind of person.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be like the,
Yeah. So
Oh,
you,
like-
this is just a vignette, yeah. Well, I need to turn it off, that's why. Yeah,
I was looking, trying to figure out how to do something.
yeah, no, it's just a vignette.
But I gotta say this too. I've been watching that Fallout show and I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
I think my favorite element about it is they kept the video game aspect of the health packs.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
like, they just like take that shot and they're like immediately like way better. It's
Yeah.
kind of funny. Like she just had a finger grafted back onto her
Yeah,
hand.
onto her
and It's
hand.
like, okay, yeah, I'm like, that's video game logic.
I thought it was pretty interesting.
I think I have 2 more episodes, so I know nothing about Fallout, so I'm like pretty happy to like
Yeah, me
just
too.
be in the world.
My friend told me like everything about it being like, when I was watching the show with him. And I was like trying to figure out the whole like thing between the pharaohs and like why they take the drugs and like. They find all this.
What?
The.
The ghoul?
Yeah, the ghoul, sorry.
He's spoiling me, I'm like, I just found out there's been Fair Island and where am I at? I'm just at the part where it's like I'm learning about management. I mostly care about the vault, like history stuff.
system motion effect.
I think the night guy is at least interested so far. So
Brotherhood of Steel, what?
I've got to vault 4, that's where I'm at.
Oh, yeah, you have 2 episodes left.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like it.
There's a dog, the dog's not in it now. Dog should have more stories.
Well, you're gonna end up dying.
Can't kill it. The dog already died once in the health pack.
I didn't see that.
The ghoul kid stabbed him with a knife.
Yeah, episode 2. But this is the effect I did for Cameron in leaving, when he's crawling up to the door, is that it smears. And so it leaves a trail. Yeah, yeah, they do have a motion blur in here.
Motion trail.
Yeah. Doesn't look, either it's not rendering.
Shows the part where he doesn't know it.
Yeah. But this is the effect I did. And then we got stop motion. Who was I talking to? But stop motion, it just removes your frames. So it's 24 frames and you could just turn it down to repeats frames. And so you can just up it a little bit more. And that's perfect smoothness. But yeah, that's stop motion. We got analog damage. So if you want a VHS look, or you want early 1960s, Tim, this is what you should have done. And then you can have VHS, security camera. Old VHS, or you want VHS? That's a really bad VHS.
Yeah, you can put the cracking in the VCR right there. for sure.
Let's see. You got film damage. This is what I use for gone fishing. And so you could add film dirt. And then yeah, there's particles.
It's scratchy, it's actually scratches on the film, that's what makes that. It's not actually dirt, but.
Tint
it's what
shaft,
happens is
temp
you print.
shaft.
So you print the film, right? But if you scratch onto the film, because it's just ink printed onto a cellophane, celluloid. So then the images are almost negatives of what you do see, because then when you shoot light, it goes through. But if you like take a knife and scratch through it, it will be a big white line or a black line, depending on what's on it. So, early on in early movies, they used to make color movies before they could make color prints. And how would they do that? They would just go and paint every single frame.
How where did that take?
Pretty long.
Do you use film grain on your stuff usually?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Depends on the-
so this is film grain, and so this is very common in even standard modern movies shot on digital still, to give that
You could
film aesthetic.
feel, yeah.
Yeah.
Feel, because there is a, like, when you, even though you shoot on the red, it's
Mhm.
still, it's cinematic looking.
Yeah.
But it's still.
It's sharp.
it's too
Yeah.
sharp,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You ever watch a TV show on like your TV, and then your like parents have the what's the thing where it looks insane? Like TVs come with them turned on and no one knows to turn them off. What's that called? I had it in my brain.
But film grain is just the amount of particles that it just dances around your frame. I upped it significantly. But this is what happens with film stock, where it exposes, and it's like imperfections of what a film stock does. But if you're using a physical cartridge, of film, this is what happens. But now modern days of digital cameras, you get
Perfection of it.
yeah, perfection if you shot it well and in brighter light. But in low light you get a lot of
Noise.
noise. Yeah, so it splits as like the RGB of that color spectrum. Let's move on to like
Motion
PNG.
tracking. But if you have motion tracking on your TV, you're doing it wrong, let me tell you. And like, sometimes I'll like watch an old episode of The Office at my in-laws' house.
Mhm.
Be like, this looks insane. It looks like AI made this or something, and it's like, because motion tracking is on. It's crazy effect.
So the TV has motion tracking.
A lot of the newer TVs come with motion tracking turned on. It's good for sports. It's bad for
Wait, what?
motion smoothing is what it's
What
called.
exactly is that doing?
It adds, so it actually adds digital like frames to smooth out the hard edges. So it makes everything feel super like crisp, but also like stuff that's shot old. It just
Looks a lot cleaner.
feels, no, it doesn't look, it feels weird. It just doesn't feel real. Like, and it's funny because it's like not real, but it's like, it just feels odd. Or maybe I'm just my own person. It's like, this doesn't look like how it should.
No, cause like, I was gonna say, there's been a couple times when I'll see like how you said The Office, and it's like on a different TV, and it looks a lot like how you say crisper, the background looks a lot more visual,
Yeah.
and versus like my TV, which is like still new and high tech, but it just looks a lot more edgier, I guess. I think I know where you're coming from.
Is there anything particular that somebody wants me to cover over instead of just clicking through nodes and
Like,
just showing
showing
them?
stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything, what do you think the most useful thing is that you showed us, other than mental tracking? What's something you use all the time?
Effects or
Anything that you would see a value in us.
because I covered the color space information. I had a lot of issues and I had to learn proper uh, color space transformation. And so we went over that.
Here's my question.
Yeah,
All of these things that you showed us here, are they in the free version or are they in the
a
paid
lot of
version?
these are free. Yeah, I have not had that many issues with that free version, but I bought it for the depth map where I'm not going to use on this system.
What's the depth?
So all right, I'm just going to show a still image of what it looks like. But what a depth map does is that it isolates your specific spectrum of your footage. So foreground elements and then background elements. And so you could affect those radiuses. And so let's like far limit. And so I'm eliminating that. And so it's isolating him specifically right now. So if I connected an effect onto him now, by having my alpha out, and then fed it into my alpha out over here, it will put a specific effect. So in leaving in the hallway shot, I ended up putting that effect on. And so, because I wanted her to be affected, but everything else is like the walls shaking, I wanted that to be persistent. And so that's essentially what it is. And so even in Gone Fishing, we did a smoke effect as Cameron falling down. I had smoke on front of David, but it was behind Cameron. And so as right now, I'm isolating the spectrum a little bit more down. So it's going to be, what elements is this? So it looks like it's getting a little bit of this lighting right here. So it's not precise, but you would have to fiddle around with it. So let's do that. And I'll just show, just isolate the spectrum right here. And then let's do what I was talking about. All right. So depth map. Then let's do a lens blur. Even in unforeseen, I did that. There was a shot where when she gets finds out she has cancer, spoiler.
He was probably gonna watch it.
Need to move down on my timeline a little bit more. And I'm not used to max again. All right, so let's connect that over here. And so it's feathering his edges right here. So what I'll do is that I'll go in the effects right here and I'll just invert. And so it's everything behind him now. And so let's turn off the preview. And it is still. So you'd have to mess with the depth map. So it's looking like it's cutting him out. We do not want that. All right. Okay, that's why. All right. All right. So what's happening is that, wait, well, I don't know actually why that's happening. Again, when you're doing VFX shots, it's way better to do it on a separate timeline instead of doing it in your primary timeline that you're using off of, because you'll have errors like this and you'd just be sitting there trying to figure out what's happening. So it's better to isolate your shots. Yeah. All right. So what might be happening is that I want it to be the opposite way. So it's cutting him out. And so what I will do is I will put a lens blur right here. And now it should be good. So now it'll be out here. Okay, now take that off. All right. So I think it flopped it. I think it was the other way. Okay, there it goes. All right, it's because I was putting the alpha out, and so it was cutting him out, and it was presenting to the timeline that I don't want him in there. But now it is just cutting him out as this, and it's presenting this effect of him not being everything behind him out of focus. So off and then on. And then, but yeah, no, by far the depth map is really helpful, but it is system intensive. You need a really good CPU to do it. Like if you have 6 cores, you could definitely do it, but anything more than 6 cores is really helpful. What else, Tim, do you want me to go over?
You're like, we got a taste.
I do.
We can call it here.
Yeah, like Da Vinci.
Any questions at home or in the audience?
I'm good. Trying to figure out over here on my side.
Yeah, it just takes some time to mess around with the system, but trying to think of something else.
Raleigh switched to DaVinci.
Yeah. Yeah, I was probably not the most convincing, but it's there's a lot of features.
I'm
but-
also gonna be editing Witch on DaVinci
Cool.
so I can learn it, and because we have so much time until next showcase technically.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm not loyal to anything, so.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he's great in this one. Oh,
Oh, yeah, I'm loyal to my wife and my family, well, I just mean like, yeah, I understand the limitations of Premiere. I just have thousands of hours put into my expertise, so.
But you don't ever reuse anything.
Use whatever you want, like, yeah.
Secretly does.
No, I don't secretly do. No, that's not funny.
You pay people better if they use your stuff.
No, I don't. That's cool.
so that's what you're. Was it you or you asked if I could isolate in the
Yeah.
like specific person? Yeah. So that's how you do it. So this was just a mask that we made last class, and we tracked it all the way through the frames, and so it's just isolating him, and Magic Mask is only in the paid version, but it's not perfect. You would probably have to do frame by frame or just help it out a little bit more, but it's
So just see how.
yeah,
something cool.
yeah.
A person with black and white character. When you get punched, maybe like you could pop in, like in my version, he gets punched, would it be like goes color for a little bit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I just put a radial blur on there, so it just kind of
Maybe I'll edit something in
DaVinci
DaVinci.
and DaVinci. Just put light rays on him for some reason. Okay, no, it does nothing on him. You put halations, let's do halations, and then but yeah, oh, even there's a beauty feature. So
What's that mean? Is that like skin smoothing?
yes. So I was planning on doing an opposite effect on camera and for unforeseen. Where I was just gonna put more details, higher the details and sharpness. I don't really need to. I thought it was just gonna be something cool to do. Yeah. Totally not talking about you right now.
Oh, that camera.
Yeah.
Oh, this was in gun fishing.
Was that
This is gun fishing you're talking about?
unforeseen? Oh, but
You gonna act this semester? I know you're in Witch, right?
I'll act in whatever people ask me. I am a award-winning actor.
Yeah.
I get to claim that.
Well, that's a Gabby award. I mean, half the people here right now have.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I won every award I could have.
That you're nominated for?
That you just try to throw yourself out there.
Marty couldn't even say that.
Marty, what?
what?
Cameron said he won every award he was in contention for. You can't say that, right, Marty?
Oh yeah. No, Jason took those last two from me, you know.
You did have a clean sweep.
Some guy named Jason.
Yeah,
What
he's
a
done.
dweeb.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's tracking. So this is a surface tracker, and that's what I used for the water. Oh, actually, it would probably be way better on a shoulder. Here, stop that. No, I don't want that right there. Okay, let's do surface tracker. And let's do
Which water are you talking?
for the 72-hour
Oh,
video. So let's you're right there on his shoulder. And yeah, you could do that. Tim, I see this now all the time in movies, and like I was watching Creed, and there was a specific part where it was like a one shot of him moving around the ring, and he ends up rubbing his nose on the person, and you see on the back of the guy's shoulder, and it shows up that there's blood. And I was just watching if there was going to be blood throughout the shot. Ends up disappearing halfway through because they just didn't need it anymore. So you'll see that quite often, that they're just putting blood effects in movies to just enhance it a little bit more. Because like John Wick, I majority of the shots were all digital blood because of the time to end a take and then maybe do another take of it. It would just take too much time of using the squibs. Yeah, and so you have to change clothing and all that. So they just opted to do all digital blood. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause a lot of them, like,
yeah,
stabbing.
yeah. So as like it just completely went off track.
So what you're saying is we're gonna do a John Wick watch party?
I mean, if you want, I don't know. I think it's where they're.
they're fine. They're fine.
Right now?
Yo, right now?
Right now.
Let's start. Come on, number one. Although I can't. The first time I watched John Wick, I turned it off. Like,
What?
can't handle the dog, man.
Oh, yeah,
It's literally the same type of dog I have too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We'll skip the first one for you, Tim, or we'll skip that scene. I own all four, so I can literally stream it right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still pissed that they just created a fire.
Hey Tim, is it fine that I import an image?
I don't
Here.
see the one where.
His brother's dog too.
Yeah, but I haven't seen them.
What do you mean?
Wait, Tim. How do you, where's the file? Where's files to bring in like an image?
See the small house?
Find it, yeah,
You go to downloads?
yeah, it is on downloads.
Is that it?
What image should I just import?
Oh, you just
To
want
just
it-
put it as a tattoo,
Oh,
you know?
okay. Go with, type in the word, pull that window down, I don't think you can see it, because it's, no, click over, click right there, drag it down. Drag the whole window down,
This window?
yeah, drag it down, no,
That's,
a little bit higher, go higher, higher, click right there. Okay, go down, more, go, pull it down.
Right there, right there, right there.
Go. Now see where it says search?
Yeah.
Type in the word garlic. Right. Shrek. You spelled Shrek wrong? You spelled Shrek wrong.
oh, that could be it. Oh, is there an A in Shrek?
SHREK. Click on it. Now click off of that. Now let's see where the plus symbol is. See the plus symbol?
Oh, yeah.
Click that. Now do where it says any. Click image. There's all Shrek. There's Amazing Blue, there's Zodiac Sun, Shrek.
Zodiacs.
Shrek 2.
Dang.
So now,
Did you pull in which one?
Apparently I just brought in the,
Oh, the TV one.
yeah.
Cool.
So now put that in here. And we'll put it out right here. So now you can see it on his arm right here. You can. If I remember correctly, transform, is that gonna work? Transform. And so you really have to mess around with the mesh because I only put a triangle and so it's not tracking well enough. But it's tracked on to him. And so at the beginning, it kind of moves around way too much. But this is how they make tattoos. And so you just put it like a screen mode on.
Oh, like on people? That's pretty cool, actually.
So-
Be like real.
The Taylor Swift video, it was like Fortnite. Well, they have Post Malone tattoos and she's wiping it off, wiping away her skin to reveal the tattoos. And that's what they did. They just, because her skin's, she moves her skin a little bit. And so the mesh just moves. And that's,
Can you give him a tattoo of the Tim Shrek photo?
it could.
I don't know if I have that done. I
Oh, you don't?
Video.
Aw, dang.
It's in the Discord.
But yeah, no, that's what I was trying to get to. But it just looks like this, it worked out better on the color tab instead of fusion right now. But is there anything else, Tim?
No, I think this is a good stopping point for today. Thank you, Jason. Clap, 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 clap. Good job.
Did you disconnect your thing, right?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Everything's correct.
All right, good. Okay, thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed that. All right, let's wrap up the Zoom. Of course, we're going to wrap up the Zoom, but that doesn't mean you have to leave. You can sit and chat with us. Or if you have questions, you want to share something. But remember, download those final assets. We have about 3 weeks left of class. Hope you have questions. Whatever editor you're using, have fun. You make a music video. Make it so the guy punches the other guy a bunch. Make it so one character is black and white. Jason gave you a lot of special effects opportunities, but all right, okay, all right, pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. So yes, I dressed that way and I took that picture and I posted on my Instagram. So I'm not embarrassed by it.
That is pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie.
That's not even my good costume. I have a more detailed version of the costume where the pants are surprisingly comfy. All right. We're gonna call it there for today. So I'm ending the recording, but the Zoom continues.